I was reflecting the other day on the Florida trip that I did, a couple weeks ago. And if you guys don't already know, I've posted it over on my Instagram. But I've been to Florida with a client. He flew me out there and we did a bunch of work there. We hung around, we chilled. But it made me reflect because sitting there, we went to dinner with a bunch of people who were doing all sorts of different things. And there was this one guy doing fulfillment. There's this other guy who was doing payment processing, but he was also a mindset coach. There was this third guy there's this third guy who, did videography, but he was also involved in crypto and all these other things. And, they were all successful to a certain degree, to a certain level. But what I took from there were two crucial things. Number one is that everybody has their own method, everybody has their own journey. And so this idea of like, oh, you need to follow one business model or one specific thing in order to make your money or make your millions of dollars or whatever, I believe is a completely bullshit idea now. Now that I've networked with all these people who make these, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and they're operating at such a high level. And it also made me realize one thing is that all of these people, although they were operating at that high of a level, they all had something to learn from each other, from, even someone who is, maybe not at that level yet, but they also had some certain things that they were learning from me about certain things. And, not to undermine what I've been able to do in my accomplishments, but it's clearly not compared to someone who's made, millions and millions and millions of dollars for themselves in profit. And so that situation sort of basically told me that sure, you should humble yourself, but at the same time, don't be afraid of showing your value when you're asked to do so. You see, a lot of people, when they are networking with someone who is at a higher tier or who's a millionaire or who's making a lot of money, they usually just focus on being like, how can I show this person that I'm really smart? How can I show this person that, I can actually carry myself well in conversations, or how I can pitch them to potentially get their money or connections or this and that. But that is the really wrong way to look at it. You see, I've read this quote somewhere that says the most interesting person in a conversation or gathering is usually the most interested person. And so when you switch it from being like, oh, how can I get this person interested in me? You should instead be thinking, how can I show interest to this person and genuinely understand what they're doing with their business, their life, and everything that they're doing. So this is sort of the idea behind going into these conversations, going to these dinners. That's what I had in mind. And overall, I came out with a bunch of really good connections, a bunch of really good ideas, and just overall takeaways that I wouldn't have gotten if I would have just like try to position the conversation around me and what I do and all these things. And overall, it reinforced an idea that I already had in my mind, and it allowed me to basically have that view on certain things. Anyways, as an update to what I'm doing today, I have a call in basically 30 minutes. Until then, I'm sending a few Loom audits for outreach, and then from there, I'm honestly going to continue working on the VSL free training stuff, which then from there, I'll be able to, once I, get payments sorted and whatnot, run ads to it. I genuinely want to spend a lot of money on ad spend and just pour money into that. That way I can easily, scale the offer and just constantly have clients flowing in. So pretty exciting times. Business is booming, and just overall feeling happier, feeling healthier, and just, yeah, life's good. Life's good. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have currently set my alarm for 6:30 a.m. And basically, right now, if I would have a goal for the next 7 days, it is to literally consistently wake up every single morning at 6:30 and not go back to sleep right after. I personally think that once you start off your day right, once I get up in the morning, I drink some cold water, and go to the gym, come back, take a cold shower, read, meditate. When I start my day right, I am very certain and I'm very sure that I can perform the rest of the day to the best of my ability and to an extremely high degree of efficiency and basically performance. And if there's one thing that I want you guys to take away from this video, other than the lessons that I shared earlier this morning, and that is make sure you're starting your day off right. Because if you start off your day right, chances are you're going to be able to continue that winning streak because you'll have that winner effect in your mind, which allows you to basically go on throughout the rest of your day like an absolute winner, like an absolute champion. Now listen, I've dedicated myself to at least uploading once every day. I might have missed a day or two, but that's because like I'm editing it, but I'm making sure that I'm filming every single day. So no matter what happens, no matter even if I'm sick, if I'm tired, if I'm too busy, I have made a promise to myself that I'm gonna do this thing. And so the only reasonable thing that I should do for myself, and the only thing that I should do in order to preserve my self-image of myself, is to show up, is to make sure that my promise that I made for myself is actually kept. And so that includes recording these videos, even though I'm dead tired, I want to go to sleep, I want to finish working on whatever it is I'm working on right now. And overall, there's nothing much I would rather avoid doing than these sort of videos right here. But because I made a promise to myself, I'm going to keep that promise and I'm going to continue and I'm going to make good on that promise. Anyways, that was today's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.